Welcome to toy-polloi.
Hello and welcome to another video from toy-polloi. Today we're going to be reviewing these Transformers figures that are available from Poundland here in the UK. And yes, that is right, I am saying Poundland. These figures, there are 6 of them and they cost all of £1 each. Now it's taken me quite a while to actually track these down. I've been to 3 different Poundlands in my area. Well, I say in my area, I've probably travelled about 140 miles between different Poundlands before I actually found any of these. They seem to be a little bit hard to find down where I live, but I think if you're up in one of the big cities, they're a lot easier to get. Now, as I say, there are 6 figures in total to get. You get 3 Autobots and 3 Decepticons. From the Autobots, we have Optimus Prime, we have Bumblebee, and we have Grimlock. And from the Decepticons, we have Starscream, Megatron, and Soundwave. Now, these are made by a company called Prexio. I've never heard of them before, but you can see their name is very small on the back. It doesn't have a great deal of information other than that on the back of it. There's some original sort of G1 artwork. Actually, in fact, all of the artwork that I've seen on these is just original G1 stuff. No other extra information. On the front, it just says the name of the figure and mini figurine, and that there is 6 to collect in total. Now, these do come from a pound shop, so I wouldn't expect the quality of them to be amazing, but even still, on the card like this, they look really quite good. If you think the shop is selling them for £1, so how much money they put into actually making them, these are made incredibly cheaply. For those of you in America, you may be thinking that these are the same as the ones that came in the Dollar Tree store, but I'm going to say to you straight away, they're not. I have a couple of those. In fact, I'm going to bring them in. The ones in the Dollar Tree store come in little baggies, and these come on cards, and they're also much bigger. These are a couple of the Dollar Tree ones, and if I just compare that to the Starscream that I have here, you can see how much smaller they are. So those of you in the States, you may want to sort of hunt these down because they're actually, I think, a little bit better and a little bit bigger than the ones that you're getting there. But really, the only way to sort of check these out is to take them off the cards. Now, I did find one thing interesting on one of the ones I've got, which was this Megatron here. They're so cheaply packaged, this one's actually been blistered twice. I've got an unused blister that has somehow managed to get squidged onto the front of that. So I have a spare unused blister, which I'm just going to throw to one side at the moment. Otherwise, they are just sort of normally stuck onto the cards. I'm not going to be particularly careful when opening these because I actually do have another set of them, so I'm going to keep one set for display and one set for myself. And the ones I actually found in the shop in Poundland, Poundland can be quite a sort of scrappy shop and things get thrown about, so all of the ones I picked up myself were very sort of battered and damaged. They'd actually all been thrown on the floor, so all of their sort of tabs are missing. Some of them are really sort of trodden on, so I'm not going to be that careful when I open them. But let's open these up and we'll see what the figures are like off the card. And here they are all released from their packages, and I have to say I think they're really quite nice considering these are just £1. You can see here that Optimus Prime, it does look like him. It's got a little Autobot logo on his shoulder. Some of the details are painted on, some are sort of moulded into the plastic, but overall it's a really very nice little figure. It's non-posable, it's just sort of a one lump of plastic, but it really does look very good. Bumblebee, again, you can see he's got a nice Autobot logo on the front, and again, fairly detailed model. These are very sort of basic representations of the G1 sort of characters, but I really think that is very nice indeed. For £1, I think you would be hard pushed to do something better. And then we've got Grimlock, which I think is actually my favourite of the figures that we have here. This is the only one that's actually not in its robot mode, so he is in the dinosaur Tyrannosaurus Rex sort of mode. I think that is lovely. That definitely is my favourite of the lot. Sort of simple paintwork and a nice Autobot logo on the front. I just think he looks fantastic. Then onto the Decepticons, we have Megatron here, which again, not bad at all. You can definitely tell that is Megatron, and it's fairly well painted. This one's made out of a sort of silvery plastic and has black paint for his hands and his gun barrel and stuff. But yeah, that is really not bad at all for £1's worth of figure. Starscream, I'm going to say, is probably my least favourite of these. Something about the way it's been painted just doesn't look that good to me, but really, you know, you could probably fix it. I think we need to sort of paint his face black, but the overall effect is pretty good. I just think out of the 6, he is my least favourite of the lot. And then we have Soundwave, and again, Soundwave, you know, you can't really do Soundwave wrong. I think he looks very nice. It's quite sturdy, these figures. They feel certainly quite sturdy. I'm sure you could play with them for, you know, quite well without breaking them in any way. But yeah, that looks really quite nice. If you're in the States, as I mentioned earlier, and you've been to the Dollar Tree, the ones you get there certainly are very different, certainly in scale anyway, because this is my Dollar Tree version of Megatron. You can see how much smaller he is compared to the Poundland one that we have here. These are made by the same company, so I guess they've got one sort of digital file of them when they're printing them at different sizes or moulding them at different sizes. So yeah, he's a lot smaller, and the detail really doesn't stand up quite as well as the Poundland one that we have here, but they're still fun things to have. I think the one thing that the Dollar Tree version does have that these don't is you get a little sort of collector's card with them that shows all of the figures and their names. There's no actual information on the UK ones as to what the other 6 are to collect. I only knew that there were 6 from the US version, so there's no information of which ones you've got or which ones you need to get on the UK packaging. But yeah, the Dollar Tree ones have this nice little handy collector's card in there with it. As I showed you, I also have Starscream, so we'll have a quick look at those two together. Again, much smaller, the same sort of paint scheme, but yeah, much smaller, and doesn't seem to be really as good quality as this one. So considering they essentially cost about the same amount to produce, I think the UK Poundland versions are far superior. These figures are currently available in UK Poundlands for £1, as I said. I would say go and grab them while you can. I'm sure that they will soon be sort of flying off the shelves and be harder to get. Certainly it took me a while to find them. And I do need to say a massive thank you to David Stevens and Matt Pavley, who helped me get the ones that I didn't manage to find when I've sort of been down to the shops myself. So a big thanks to them for sending over the missing 2. As you can see though, they do make a nice set, and certainly something that will go nice on display. Maybe in future they'll make some more of them if they've proved popular. It'd be nice to see a few more of these added to the collection, but for now 6 will have to do, and these 6 will be going on display here at toy-polloi. If you've enjoyed this video, then make sure to hit the subscribe button and tap the bell to be notified each time I upload a new video, and thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching toy-polloi. Subscribe for more great videos. You can also follow toy-polloi on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram.